Welcome to the Northerners podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
I'm told it's episode 381, and while I melt to death, God, and seriously contemplate moving away to a country that doesn't get this warm in the summer, please tell me you have something more interesting than water to drink today, because I have a whole mason jar full of lemonade.
I'm a child and I have a juice box.
Oh, that's so delightful to me. Nothing wrong with a good juice box.
I was up very late last night and there's something just very restorative about orange juice.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know why. It might be purely psychological, but I find orange juice very restorative.
It's that cup of juice in the morning. Now, admittedly, right now, my cup of juice in the morning is either pineapple juice or mango juice.
Specifically orange for me.
But in the fall and
Don't know why.
winter, oh yeah, in the fall and winter, you get a little baked pancake orange juice situation going on in the morning. So
Yep.
good. So good. Guys, I bake my pancakes in the oven rather than making them on the stovetop. Just in case it was like baked pancakes.
If it works.
Well, I can't see the pancake well enough anymore in the pan to tell when it's got the bubbles on the edge and you should flip. So I'm either overdone or underdone. There is no in between. But if I put the whole thing on a sheet pan in the oven,
Mmm.
there's enough surface area when it's golden brown. I'm good. And so I just bake my pancakes. I bake the whole pancake batter in one sheet tray. In she goes. No flipping, no nothing. I just wait till it's finished. I can
Done.
handle that.
Easy.
I can handle that. There also it goes really quick, right? So like it's not like it takes forever. So I'm gonna split my hair. I've got my hair in a ponytail today, but I've got miles of hair, and I'm going to split it so that I don't have quite so much hair sitting on one side of my neck today. There we go. That's better. It looks like I've got pigtails going on, but whatever. It's fine. We'll live.
Whatever. Pigtails are cute. I
Um,
tried pigtails the other day. I
yeah,
haven't done pigtails on my hair since I cut it short.
yeah.
They're just like little floofs.
Little floofs. That's adorable.
It was so cute. It's so stupid.
So cute.
I was unreasonably delighted. I was like,
So cute. Well, you know, because sometimes you and I will start talking before I've taken my hair out of the night braid, right? I do the pigtail braids for sleep for my hair. So you've seen my hair braided this in the pigtail format before.
mm-hmm.
Not sure if I've shared that with the wide internet or not, but there you go. It is the depths of summer. It is at least not a scorching, the world's on fire blaze like Alberta and BC, but I know Manitoba is hot and humid, and I think Ontario is as well.
Yeah.
So while we attempt to survive the summer for the tasty, tasty veggies until the return of sweater weather, which is much anticipated in the Jocelyn personal calendar this year.
Yeah.
Much
Those days where
anticipated.
the high doesn't go above 21.
Not even 20, those days where the high doesn't go above 15.
Oh, even better.
Because then you could wear your sweater out walking to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
We'll go
It's a
do
delightful
things.
27 right now.
Oh, no, we're 31 with the humidity. Plus.
I
Well, sorry,
didn't check
31
humidity.
before humidity. And then it's like 80% humidity. So we're somewhere in the 30s.
Gross.
I stopped checking after it's like, it'll be over 30 this. Like, well, I am never looking at that again because no.
Yeah, it's just too hot. At a
Because
certain
no.
point, it is too hot, and you just don't need to know how much too hot.
It feels like the Lord of the Underworld has farted in my face when I walk outside. Okay, cool, thanks. Whatever temperature that is, I vote no. All right, I've got more projects than you. Not that this should shock anybody. Do we
No.
start with the drama or do I start with the item in the thumbnail?
Oh, drama. I want to know the
Drama?
drama.
It's because I didn't tell you in advance. This is
No,
the
I need to know
hardest
the
part
drama.
because this is the hardest part. Guys don't know. Me and Diane are friends. Like we talk like every other day, or we're gaming, or we're doing something, or I'm making fun of her for forgetting ice cream when she goes to the grocery store. Like something's going on and we're communicating, right? Or you're on your stream and I'm in your chat, right? It is so hard not to tell you about knitting things, and I try so hard not to tell you about the knitting things till we're here doing this. And while we've got 7 years of that under our belt, it was really hard not to text you the other morning with explicitives, like a wall of it on your screen.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What happened?
So you know I'm working on the Endless Summer Adventure Shawl, like the triangle top-down version.
Yeah.
And I made that epic black rainbow snot green color combo one.
Yeah.
It's not washed and blocked, guys. It's 84% humidity. And it's a worsted weight shawl. It's just like
It's
I
just never gonna
it's
dry.
just not never gonna dry. I can't do it right now. I have got to have the heat leave long enough that I can cook and get some cleaning done. So far, that's not happened. But I want a fingering weight version as well too, because I don't like doing I don't like releasing patterns without some sort of built-in options for it. So I wanted to do a fingering eight version. So I scaled down. So I'm like, okay, I'll do a 4 millimeter for the shawl, which for me is a fairly standard shawl sweater gauge for me on a fingering weight yarn. Fairly dense, fairly tight, really good shawl, very good sweater. Like it's a nice range. The Endless Summer Adventure is about drape. It's about speed. It's about the drama. I'm arguing back and forth. I got down to 40 grams in my gray, and you can hear my knitting needles clack across my keyboard. And I ripped it the other day because it's not the right gauge. It's not the right gauge. It's
That is very sad.
I had to go up a needle size. So I lost all of that progress. Right? I
Ugh.
had 3 inches of progress to show you.
Ugh.
And I'm like, no, it's not working. It's not summery. It's not light fall shawl. It's more of a mid-fall wintry shawl. It's got more dense to it. So it's like cool beans. So I've started again. Boy, I love designing. It's just my favorite.
Knitting the same thing 6 times and still only having one finished object.
It's great. If you guys ever wonder why you pay $7 to $12 for things, this is why. It is a lot of work to get a finished product. So here we go again. It's great. It's fine. It's great. Could possibly go wrong. Possibly go wrong this time.
Absolutely nothing this time. It'll be perfect.
Sure. Not entirely sure that's how that's actually going to work. But I have gone back up to the original needle I thought I needed, and this is what I get for second guessing myself. And you'd think at this point I would know better, having knit so many Endless Summer Adventure shawls on the asymmetrical side. But no, but no,
But no.
no. I want the drape to be equal to the drape in the worsted weight version. And it's partially the yarn of the worsted weight version, partially the needle size I chose for the worsted weight version, partially the gauge, which I can't do finished gauge yet because I haven't washed and blocked the dumb thing. It's a big Jocelyn size shawl, so like it's gonna consume my entire living room floor, and I can't consume my entire living room floor for 4 days.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
to
that no.
walk on it. So I'm like 2 days, cool. I'll give up 48 hours to washing and blocking things. Kind of just like awkwardly drape it on the coffee table and across chairs and stuff on the one side. So it's fine. But I need more than 72 hours of temperatures in the mid 20s to get
Mm,
some stuff done. But there you go.
yeah.
That's my first one. That is in the Dungle gray tweed. It's like a medium gray tweed. It rips great.
Oh, that's good.
She's very good to acknowledge. It's a single strand. So like I was worried about it, but no, it rips great. But I am no closer to starting that purple Holst color scheme that I want to do that I'm just so annoyed. I want to be in the purple part of this shawl so bad. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's fine. I know it's a part of the process. I've just stopped putting a lot of that as background work and I'm starting to show more people what goes on. It's a thing. Oh my God. You're up.
I'm up. Okay.
Ooh, I can work on a thing.
Yesterday during our Patreon, well, yesterday for us, during our Patreon e-knit-in, I decided to pull out my granny stripe blanket. That's what it
Sure.
is, right?
I don't
Granny stripe
know.
blanket. I even adjusted the progress keeper, so I got like 4 rows done, which is not awful. I am now done 10 of the 24 minis.
Ooh,
So, we're getting there. It's getting there.
it is.
I think this is going to be a very, because this is not quite half as long as it's going to be. So I think this is going to be a good size blanket and it'll block a little bit longer. Because I mean, I'm gonna have to hang this up, so there's no world where I have space to dry a blanket lying flat. So
Uh,
it's gonna get blocked a little bit longer.
I don't know if anybody. Well, okay, well maybe B. B's house might be big enough to denote a whole bedroom to it.
Yes, but cats.
It is the problem with cats. Is you put things on floor, you get cat fur.
Anyway, this is the Granny Stripe Sock Scraps. I'll link it in the show notes, but it was meant to use up scraps. I'm using minis from the Fireweed Fiber Co. Advent Calendar last 2 years.
2 years.
2 years
You
ago.
didn't get last year's.
You're right, I didn't. I'm getting the fiber one this year.
Yes, because I prompted you incessantly till you did it. Uh,
Is there anything else I have to say about that? I'm so tired today. I don't remember if there's anything else I wanted to say about this.
it's for you. You're making progress, and that's the important part.
Yep, I gotta
I
wind
don't.
more yarn now.
Yes, you do, and never ever do that again on the internet because apparently it caused people stress.
I think it just caused Sherry stress.
I
It
mean, it
caused
caused
one
me
person
delight.
an undue amount of stress.
It caused me
I
delight.
thought very hard about winding yarn while recording today,
Today, just
just
cause,
to annoy her.
just
Um,
cause it wouldn't bother me in the slightest. I've seen you wind yarn, and I've seen it gone smoothly, and I've seen it blow up in your face.
I thought about it, but then I thought better of it.
Okay, okay.
I'll wind my yarn off camera.
Off camera. My Swift is like right here. I don't know if the microphone's picking up on the clackety clack. So I'm like, I've got yard winding to do. All right, I guess it's me again.
Hmm.
So this week I know many of you, not likely Diana, but many of you would have noticed late on Friday. Well, early Friday? Yeah, early on Friday. I posted a video on my other YouTube channel about stash busting. I have a lot of yarn. I have a lot of yarn. And I unshockingly have a lot of ideas of what to do with a lot of my yarn, but I want to make my way through a lot of like the leftovers, like the oddments. I don't want to call them scraps because it makes them feel like you don't I want them. So like oddment, leftovers, the bits and bobs. No, not even leftovers, bits and bobs. Should I use bits and bobs instead of scraps? I don't like the word scraps. Because if you have food scraps, then you get rid of those or compost those. And I'm like, but that's not what
Hmm.
those projects are. They're very lovely projects. They just happen to be made up of the bits and bobs. Yeah, I'm gonna go say bits and bobs. Anyway, I ended up casting on a scarf out of some of my
Nice.
acrylic that I had. I just grabbed 2 balls of the acrylic that I had, and I'm doing another garter scarf. Mostly because it saved me from weighing them because they're in a project, therefore I didn't have to count them, which was important by the time I was finishing up for last week's video. But I'm just about done. I don't have that much left of color too. And I only need this to be about 6 inches wide. So, and it is garter, so she's gonna stretch like crazy. Stretch like crazy. There's no pattern, guys. I literally cast it on like 300-ish stitches. And I've just been knitting back and forth, garter back and forth. And then I switched between this red and purple, black.
Blue?
I have no idea what color my eyeballs are picking up today.
It
One
looks blue
is
on my end.
blue, sure, we'll say blue. I definitely know one of them's red. I don't know about the darker one. Blue, yeah, that'd be fine. So I did stripes until I ran out of the red, and then there'll just be a larger stripe of blue on the end. But that's it. It's different from the other garter where I was back and forth and we color blocked. So these will be
Hmm.
vertical stripes instead of horizontal stripes, which I was watching the corner of Knit and Tea, and she had done a scarf like this. So I was very intrigued to see how it turns out. So I'm doing that. But like it's got a nice tidy edge on the one edge where I carried up and switched over. Where's my
Hmm.
other side? Where's my other edge? It's so crammed up on here, guys. It's like I think I did like 350 stitches or 320 stitches. I did like 300-ish and then stopped counting and went from there because I got tired of counting. But even on this end, it doesn't look untidy either.
No,
See the
looks
back of
nice
it.
and neat.
So I'll have like three ends to weave in when I'm finished.
Perfect.
I love it. So hopefully I enjoy this process. So far, so good. And I can make some scarves and stuff because it'll be good gifts for people and donations.
Yep.
Gifts for people and donations and stuff. I had to start doing something with all of my bits and bobs. I had to. I have a freaking Tupperware tote just full of acrylic worsted weight bits and bobs. A big tote worth.
That's a lot.
Over 40 skeins. Over 40 skeins worth.
That's
Just
a lot.
bits and bob. Yeah. Yeah. I should not have done those numbers for myself. I mean, yes, absolutely highly encouraged because it will scare the ever-loving bejesus out of you and very much just inspire you to do something with it.
Yeah.
Wish me luck.
Hmm.
I have more than 40 skeins, full 40 skeins of fireweed fiberco yarn. And I have a sweater quantity plus 3 skeins coming to me, and I haven't even made it to the Manitoba Fiber Festival yet for the year. Do, 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 do.
So you got yarn.
I got yarn. And I bought my Advent like super early. So I also have that coming in too. I counted my minis. I counted everything except for like the two small bags of stuff over there that I found after, like while I was recording. I'm annoyed at that yarn, so it's gonna sit in the corner till it thinks about what it's done. And then I will count it and add it to the collection. But there you go. No name, no pattern. I don't know. Probably impeccable from the feel of the yarn, but I'm just garter stripping back and forth. What I have to do is I think today's day for recording is the 21st. And I think today is the start of the 100-day long crochet along with alt knots.
Ooh, what's the along?
She made this amazing corner to corner blanket pattern where it's a
Okay.
TV, but it's got ooze flowing over the TV.
Oh, that's fun.
Super cool. I don't have enough yarn in my collection to do a TV with ooze going over the TV. She did, however, in her announcement video say that you could just do a striped corner to corner blanket and join in. And I have a tote's worth of acrylic worsted weight yarn.
Perfect.
So I'm like, I have to double check that. And if that's the case, I need to go pull the deets and put that into my crafting calendar. And I think I need to do that. I mean, they're gonna like she has over 100 Halloween movies to watch. She Halloween's better than I do. Or horror movies, I should say. Um, I'm not into horror movies.
Mm.
Guys, I can't watch kids Halloween as special episodes after the sun goes down. I can't do it. I love listening to After Dark. I have to skip any poltergeist episode they do because then I start to have like my imagination runs away with me and I start to have issues and then I drive the mysterious Mr. B and my mother nuts because then I'm the lights are on and I can't sleep at night. It's just a whole thing. So like I'm not doing the horror movie watching part, but
Yeah.
I figure I will listen to some books, do some like historical, you know, myth busting books or, where some of these root things came from. So like I'll do some that sort of stuff. But I don't think I can do the horror movies. I
That's
can
fine.
watch The Nightmare Before Christmas and I find it kind of scary. I am aware that I'm a wuss. I am aware that I'm a wuss. I am okay that I am a wuss.
I also scares super easy, so
The
I
Hocus
get it.
Pocus jump scenes still get me, and I've watched that movie yearly for a very long time.
Hmm.
I'm no good for it. I am no good for it. It's fine. I acknowledge this.
Yeah, I absolutely can't play horror video games whatsoever. Like the
Oh,
first time something remotely, maybe the anticipation of being scared. Like I can't even move.
just lose my snot. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's so bad. I just can't do it. Which is fine. But I think I like the idea of doing like a striped corner to corner blanket and joining it on some Halloween gear up fun. Can you believe it's like 100 days to Halloween? Yeah. It's coming up so fast. Okay. I derailed us. It's your turn.
I suppose I can talk about this here sweater.
Oh, sure.
It's a sweater, I swear. Can't you
It's a
tell?
lovely collar. I love it's a lovely collar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it lovely how it's taller in the back than the front?
Yeah, yeah, I see those short rows
Yeah.
happening.
And hey, look, there's some lace happening.
Ooh, look at that.
What you can't see, what I'm not going to show, is the spreadsheet. The
Of
spreadsheet.
doom.
The spreadsheet and the notebook full of notes because
Yes.
gosh, designing a sweater is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. We're not designing one, we're not designing two. When we do the math, it's like 24 different sweaters out of this pattern when we're finished.
Technically, yeah. Yeah.
Holy snickerdoodles.
So
Okay.
lots of notes and spreadsheets.
We know how to do
But
things in reasonable
knitting wise, I got
manners.
this far.
Yeah.
I figured out how to make the increases work with the lace. So now I can whoosh through this lace and
Good.
the next garter stitch section and then figure it out again for another section of lace.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway, this is going to be the choose your own adventure sweater that we're aiming to release in the fall.
Mhm.
Like the other one, you'll have your little quizzes and are you a Jocelyn or a Diana, and then you continue on based on your answers to the quizzes.
Yep.
And I'm doing mine out of a gradient from Midnight Cravings. I can
Midnight
say
craving.
words. Midnight Cravings.
I have, hang on, wait. I have to reach way off camera. Agent Art Yarns.
Yes.
Because my knitting is so tight.
Yes, yours is going to be a solid or I guess a one color variegated.
Yes. But before I mess with gauge and fiddle with things to make it work at a DK weight, I will literally knit the DK weight sweater on a fingering first so that the math is correct for everybody else.
Because of your insanely tight gauge.
Because of my insanely tight gauge, then I will fiddle with everything and do a second one when we release the pattern in a DK weight and make the adjustments I make for myself. So I literally
Mine's
my
going to be in shades of
swatches
blue.
pinned to the coffee table, awaiting my thing. I had to do
I'm very excited to get out of this color.
feedback.
I know it doesn't look like much, but I've been knitting in this color for so long because, you knit a couple of rows and like, oh no, this isn't working.
No,
So you tink the rows and you knit them
yeah,
again, you tink
yeah.
them and you knit them again till you get it right. I've knit this color so much. I'm so sick of this color.
The volume of lifelines. I'm frightened. I am frightened for the volume of lifelines I'm gonna have to do.
Anyway,
Oh
that's coming
boy,
along.
so
There's
good.
notes, there's numbers. Just got to test the numbers.
Yes. Don't worry, guys. When we're ready for test knitters, we will absolutely let you know. Patreon
Yes.
members and YouTube members will get first crack to sign up for testing. So if you're a Patreon member or a YouTube member, keep your eyes out because we will put the heads up there first, and then we'll open it up to everybody else.
Yep.
Because that's how we does it.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. I've got hiccups. We're doing great today. Your turn. I'm gonna be over
My
here with
turn.
my juice box. No, I'm not. It's
Oh,
empty. I'm sad.
jeez. It's gonna be one of those days for you, is it?
I'm a mess. I danced for 3 hours and stayed up way too late.
Well, now you are old enough to know better.
I am. I'm old enough to acknowledge that I will have to pay for my choices and choose to do them anyway. So
Hang on, I'm dropping things on the floor.
I'm not complaining. I'm just acknowledging that past me made choices.
Past you made choices. past me finished her second panel.
Nice.
I have two panels of blue gray Briggs and Little reclaimed worsted weight yarn. Can't remember if this is Heritage or Regal. I think I'm Heritage. It this No, I have not sewn the one button left on the other cardigan.
Good job.
I couldn't. Did I share the photo with you of Phaedra sleeping on it?
Oh, yes, right,
Like
yes.
her head is smooshed into it. I couldn't. I
Yeah,
couldn't
okay.
interrupt it, and I haven't been in a button sewing place since. So fine, whatever. It's my own fault. I couldn't interrupt my cat's nap.
No, obviously not. You don't interrupt the sleeping deity.
You don't interrupt sleeping deities. If you do, your life becomes miserable because then they play and they go, cool, well, you wanted me up. Now what are we doing? Forget no. So I've got two panels for a crop top. And I even have over here on this end of the screen a sleeve. Look at this
Ooh.
sleeve. I am doing a full length sleeve. Yes, I do my sleeves fairly fitted. I prefer a fitted sleeve. It's just a personal preference. I'm almost done. I went full sleeve so I could push the sleeve up to my elbow if I wanted to, like post-workout warm. But if I wanted to throw it on because I was crafting in bed because I had to like stretch out my knee or my ankle was giving me grief, like if I had to have a day where I had to have that leg at a certain angle, I could have the sleeves down to my wrists and then just have the crop top on in the wintertime. So I could keep like my knee and my leg and my ankle warm, but then I could like have the window open still.
Mm.
I'd have my hands and arms free to craft, so I made that decision. But we make progress towards a finished crop top. Because it's important. It's important.
I'm awake.
Sure you are. I
Mm.
believe you. Hey,
No,
look,
I know
lemonade.
you don't.
It's fancy. It's reclaimed yarn. I'm making, doing, I'm mending, that sort of idea. But oh man, I'll be happy when that project's done. It was supposed to be like a fast 1 week thing. 3 weeks later, I'm still puttering with it.
Yeah, as it goes. For my last trick,
For my
um,
last trick.
yeah. Once upon a time I did magic. Um, like fully up on stage. It comes out occasionally. I
Does.
don't remember how to do any of the tricks at this point. That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's long enough that that would not stick in your brain.
But occasionally some of the stage presence comes out. Anyway, this is a jelly roll blanket strip. I'm gonna make it into a scarf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it scarf dimensions, but I'm
Uh-huh.
following the jelly roll blanket pattern. So the plan is to have this go from one knee up around my neck down to the other knee, and then just make it wider, and then alternate, pick neutralish tones like earthy neutrals, and
Mhm.
alternate between light and dark. So
Yeah.
I've got a light and a dark, and now I'm on a light.
Ooh, look at that. You got through that green real quick.
Well, there wasn't very much of it.
That's true.
I thought there was more.
That's fine. Oh, that's good progress though. The hardest strip's going to be that first one because you're going to end up at some point going, is it long enough? Measure. Do another thing. Is it long enough? Measure.
Uh-huh.
But the other stripes will be a lot easier because then you're just measuring against the first stripe.
Yeah, well then you just know how long it is.
Yeah,
So this is my replacement sock knitting for the moment because I haven't had the wherewithal to start a new pair of socks.
that's fine.
Because that requires choosing which pretty yarn to use, and
Mm,
I haven't been able to make that choice. So
You've
basic
been
garter stitch back and forth.
you've been inspired by my desire to use up my bits and bobs.
Also that I have that lovely tin back there, that red tin back there, full of bits and bobs for this. So
Okay. All right, I suppose that leaves it with me, and then we're on to the next thing, aren't we?
indeed.
Oh man, all right. I did a Denny amount of work. I mean, like 3 rows.
Thought you were gonna say like one stitch.
No, I wouldn't talk about one stitch is a little too tiny for me to mention. Come here, sweater. I did like 3 rows on my Scrappy V sweater shirt. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't have that much farther to go. Like, of course, we're inside out because it's Jocelyn. I knit sweaters inside out. That's how this works. I've got my elbow length sleeves. They're done, bound off.
Nice.
Good. We like it. And I am working my way through my body. I'm on a black or color one stripe. I need to do two more color rotations. Does that make sense? Like I need to go back to color A two more times. And the second time I get to color A again, I will be doing the ribbing to get the length I need to fit my person. But it's a lot of just rounding, rounding, knitting, that's just the stage we're at, which is really good. I pick it up and I work on it for just a little bit and then I fall asleep because I'm still healing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that end of day knit, read book, listen to the news, like unwind time, which is where I was making so much progress on this. Because I was like, sweet, and then I'll be like the next color tomorrow, right? I'm just falling asleep. I'm just there's no unwinding. I'm just sliding sideways in bed and falling asleep because I'm still in healing mode apparently. So not as much progress, but I do want to be able to wear this in the September Fiber Festival in Manitoba here, because it's all air and a fireweed fabric yarn. And it's a lovely. Now I made adjustments because of course I made adjustments. I don't have short row shaping in this. It's fitted, not with the positive ease that the designer originally intended. But I love the raglan sleeve. Like a raglan sleeve is a raglan sleeve is a raglan sleeve. But I love a good raglan sleeve. I don't know. I just enjoy the raglan sleeve. And the first test fit was lovely. I'm not super stoked with how the sleeve decreases went. So like I would do the sleeve decreases differently, but that's just a personal thing. Like that's just a preference on how I like my sleeve decreases to be. But otherwise I really like the sweaters, so do not be shocked if I make more.
You're really selling me on this pattern, so I might have to make one.
It's a low, I don't want to say basic, it's a classic deep V raglan sweater pattern, but it's that changing the colors and how she has you stack and do the color changes. It's just lovely. It's just lovely. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And then you get that whole, well, I'll just go till I get to the next color and then it'll be fine. I'll stop. You don't. You don't. Because then you're like, well, I'll just get into color two. Then I'll stop.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't. You just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even mind the ribbing on this one.
That's saying something.
And I tend to not enjoy ribbing. I tend to very violently not enjoy ribbing. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Okay.
I also like that you can do cap sleeves, you can do elbow length sleeves, you can do full sleeves.
Do love a full sleeve.
You can plan it so you're just doing two colors instead of just using what you got in your collection. I just used what I had in my collection. But there's some variability in there. So I do like her as a designer, so I like a lot of her stuff. But yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed the Scrappy V. Super happy with that sweater. But it's not even done yet. All right, that's the last one. I don't remember all the names of the color because that's entirely air and a fireweed fabric yarn. I don't remember all the colors. I know most of them are Sunbird Club colorways from the Sunbird Suck Club one year, which was several years ago now.
Hmm.
And one of them is from one of the Star Trek colorways. So I remember that. That's it. Otherwise, I'm out of projects. Are you out of projects?
I am also out of projects.
Sweet. Then in which case, let's go to a unscripted Patreon ad. Unless you magically purchased things that showed up this week.
No, the only things I've purchased that I'm waiting on are masks,
Ah,
which should show up today, but aren't especially interesting for the current context.
no. I mean, I'm glad that you're still wearing them and keeping yourself safe, but yeah, like as far as yarn goes, not as fascinating.
I splurged and got some colorful ones so I can match them to my
Ooh,
outfits at DEF CON.
that is hilarious. Also, I want photos. Also, I want photos. All right, in which case, yeah, Patreon ad announcements and we're done.
Cool. Is there a word? There's no word. Sweet. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we chatter about all manner of things and enable each other into stuff. And if you're looking for voices of reason, that is not the place that you will find them.
No.
We also have YouTube memberships for just a couple bucks a month. You can get access to some bonus content where we play Stardew Valley and chatter, and it's you just kind of put us on in the background while you craft or whatever, and we do some Stardew things, and I try not to blow myself up. There.
We should set a membership goal. Like we reach this many members and membership, and we'll do like a private live stream with them or something.
Oh, we could do that.
I have no idea what that goal would be because that literally just fell out of my face right now.
I will have to consult numbers.
Consult some numbers and get back to me. Ideas I can randomly spit out, apparently. Having context for when that'd be a good time to do them? No, absolutely not. As always, we super understand budgets. Yeah, they're a real life thing. If you can't financially support, liking, subscribing, commenting down below, and following us on other social media platforms is a great way to interact with us and let us know what you're working on. Now, announcement wise. God, it's summertime. Okay. Is Tour de Fleece still going? I don't know. Some
I'm
people
pretty
will be
sure it
doing
is.
Tour de Fleece. Some people will be doing Stash Dash. Some people will be doing Summer Knit-alongs. I'm gonna start a Halloween quarter to quarter striped blanket craft along over with Alf Knots because I can. And Halloween. And Halloween. I feel like that
Obviously, because Halloween.
because Halloween. So whatever it is that you're up to this summer, we hope that you're having fun. There is the summer solstice craft along that we are doing. I don't know how Diana's doing on hers. I'm making progress on mine.
I almost picked it up this week.
Almost picked it up.
Almost. But then my brain had no cells, and so now it's garter stitch.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So that is going on. I need to stop and check to see how much yarn I have because I use 6 grams of yarn for every 2 rows, and I need to weigh my ball because it's getting kind of small. I think I might be able to do another row or two and then bind off because you got to keep like more than 6 grams for a bind off because bind off takes more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my scarf down, but I might be done a scarf. What else do we have going on? Not a ton. There's the endless librarian lit along because neither one of us are working on our librarian cardigans.
Yeah. Maybe we should put an end goal of finishing that when we started it last year.
We started in December last year, didn't we? Like the 1st of
I'm pretty
December?
sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you want to do 1st of December or end of the year?
Let's go with end of the year.
I was like, you're not gonna craft your Christmas gifts early, are you?
Probably not.
No. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's go end of the year.
End of the year.
So you can pretend till the 25th that you will get it finished.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
No
Appreciate
problem. Mine's not even on needles right now. It's not even on needles right now. It's got a gauge swatch and a needle in a bag. Like, oh my God. Oh,
I
Lord
think mine's like
Almighty.
close to splitting for sleeves even. Like if I really wanted
Oh,
it done, I
jeez,
could
you could
have it
be
done in a couple of
done.
weeks.
Okay, you need to do that after the Choose Your Own Adventure sweater stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that one first.
Oh my God, peeps. All right, I think that's it. Bonus content, as always, is haphazard and random. Second last Saturday of every month, we do the Patreon e-knit-ins. Last Saturday of every month, we do whip sprints here on YouTube. And
So that's coming
then
up in a few days.
first Sunday of the month is the live.
Mm-hmm.
So only trick to the live is remember that on Friday and Saturday on the Instagram and here on YouTube, you get to vote on next month's craft off project.
Yep.
Which Diana should probably now be panicking about in the back of her brain, going, "Oh yeah, I have that too." Okay, cool.
Yes.
Which
And my
case,
goal was just progress. So
if you knit 2 stitches, it's a win.
yeah, I was smart this time.
All right, guys. I'll say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you,
Don't
don't
forget
forget
to
to
knit.
knit.